All right, what's going on, everybody? I want to welcome you to this week's episode of the Sleeping Giants podcast with Mike and Terrance, presented to you by Double E TV. What's going on, Mike?
Not much, man. What's going on with you?
Yeah, man, this music, man. I was just looking at the episode we did last week earlier, and thought we knocked out those clips, man, of all the projects that's out, and we're back this week with a whole new batch of music, man.
Yes, sir. Whole new batch. A lot of interesting stuff. Not as many singles as we typically do this week, but yeah, some interesting stuff. So I'm excited to talk about it.
Yeah, man. Let's start it off with Mach, Hommy, Notorious, Dump Legends, Volume 2. This project here, man, Mach is, definitely someone who I think is a great lyricist. On this album, he had excellent bars, he had a lot of great soul samples, and I like a lot of the concepts he did on this particular project. Highlights for me would be Bad Hands featuring the God Fahim. To me, this song kind of, if you listen closely, it almost had like a Mos Def vibe to it, in my opinion. I also like Niggas So Good, Everybody, Source Codes, and Elijah One. But the God Fahim is all over this project, and I thought they did a good job going back and forth, and it worked. Like everything sounded very nice and cohesive in this project.
Yeah, I agree. I thought this was a dope project as well. From a production standpoint, some of the production was a little kind of slow to me. So I wasn't really grooving with all of the production. But I do agree that Mach Hommy is a great rapper, and him and the God Fahim did some great rapping on this project. So that was dope. Highlights for me would be Nigga So Good, Cold World or Cold Milk, I'm sorry. Everybody, Source Codes, and Nan Dizo. So yeah, this was a dope project. I would like to hear him maybe on, a little bit of different production, kind of maybe some stuff more similar to what we heard on the God Fahim's project. I thought, stuff on his project production wise, I would like to see him on more stuff like that. But regardless, I think he can rap, and I think he did a good job rapping.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys definitely check out Mach Hommy's project, and he's another one of those guys like like Conway, NBA YoungBoy. He'll definitely put out another project before the year is out, so I look forward to checking for that. Next up, man, we got Mike Dean with 423. The thing I like about this project here, those people who may not be as familiar with Mike Dean, he works with Kanye on every Kanye's album. Just about Mike Dean has contributed to production on there. His resume speaks for itself. 2 Chainz, like everybody, Nas, a lot of people work with Mike Dean. But this project here, man, to me is kind of prophetic a little bit, especially with everything that's going on with the AI and artificial intelligence, which is a little bit of the concept of this album. I thought the engineering was dope on it. The production was dope. If I'm not mistaken, I think The Weeknd helped in some aspect on this album as well. Maybe he executive produced it, because some of these beats kind of sound like something that The Weeknd could definitely do his thing on. And I think that's his vocals, I believe, on the artificial intelligence song. But great project. Highlights for me would be Once Upon a Time, Artificial Intelligence, More Coke, Music for the Future, 118K, Earth to the Machine, and Emotionalist. But Mike Dean's production, man, it's top tier. He's great at what he does.
Yeah, I thought this was a cool project. A lot of instrumental tracks, some singing, not very much vocals on the tracks though.
Right.
To be honest, the majority of it is kind of instrumental. And as you mentioned, there's some kind of talks about artificial intelligence. Maybe that's a voice sample or possibly from a speech that someone may have given. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But regardless, I thought the theme of the album was dope. Obviously, like you said, the mixing and the production was well done. Highlights for me would be Artificial Intelligence, More Coke, and Emotionless.
Okay. Yeah, shout out to Mike Dean. You guys, definitely check for that. And like I said, a lot of your favorite tracks, people may not even know his name because he's not maybe talked about as much as some of the other, like producers and stuff, but he's definitely behind the scenes doing a whole lot of stuff. Next up, we got Iaan Dior, Leave Me Where You Found Me. I'll let you start this one off.
All right, Iaan Dior. This was an interesting project. A lot of the vibes are kind of alternative rock, kind of similar to the Start Again track that I think we covered a couple weeks ago.
Right.
So yeah, there's a large part of that, but I think he has a great cadence. I think his lyrics are dope. And yeah, I really kind of like what he's doing, to be honest.
Yeah.
So highlights for me would be Do It All, Make It Right. The 10x3, the first time when we covered this as a single, it was just kind of all right to me, but going back and listening to it, in the scheme of the whole album, I think it kind of changed it for me, and I like it a lot more than I did initially. So that's dope. Start Again and Liar. So those are the highlights for me, and I think this is a pretty dope project.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think he has like rock star vibes, dope melodies, and the energy from this is good. Let me ask you, in your opinion, not saying he's copying nobody or or I don't know if he was inspired by this guy or not, but does this kind of put you a little bit into maybe like a XX Tentacion type of vibe a little bit on this project?
I mean, I could see where someone would say that. To me, I think we covered an artist maybe like a week or two ago, Jaleel. And I think the song was Wicked, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
That to me feels more XXX than this. And not that I'm like an aficionado on XXX's music. I've heard, a few songs, but just in the general vibe of it, that kind of felt a little more XXX to me than this. This to me almost feels more like kind of Juice WRLD-ish a little bit.
Okay. I can see that. Okay. Yeah, but I like the project though. I like the energy from it. Like I say, it's dope to see, guys like him, Kenny Mason, people, using these type of beats. Lil Yachty's last project was very rock driven as well. Highlights for me would be My Turn, Do It All, 10x3, Myself, Crack Another Seal, Start Again, and Liar. But yeah, it's a dope project, man, and I like what he did on it.
For sure.
All right, next up, we got Conway the Machine, Won't He Do It Again? Man, this project here, it's incredible. In my opinion, I like Lulu a lot. That still really stands out to me. God Don't Make Mistakes is a great project as well, but what's the other one? From a God to a King, or From a King to a God? But I don't know, man. This may be his best project, in my opinion. I mean, it's just like the way it was put together. I think the concept of it was really good. He had great features on here, great bars as always, good songs, and he showed a lot of growth on this album. But his song making ability is really enhanced. And of course, they still got some of the grimy stuff on there and a lot of the sound that we know him for working with Derringer, but you can tell over the years, he's branched out and worked with other producers, and I think it's enhanced his career and enhanced his music a lot. Highlights for me would be Quarters, Kanye, featuring Goose by the Way and what was that, Drea Denor. Water to the Wine, featuring Goose by the Way again. Jazzy and Dave East. I thought Dave East had a great verse on there. Brick Fair rather. Brooklyn Chop House. I like that track. I like Fabulous verse, and I thought Benny went off as well. Tween Cross, featuring Goose by the Way. Won't He Do It featuring Love the Genius, and Super Bowl featuring Sauce Walker and Juicy J. But incredible project. You know, he's already shot some visuals on it. So yeah, hopefully get out here and tour, man, and really promote this project. But I like what he did on it.
Dope production, like you said, dope features. If we were doing our top albums of the year list this week, this would definitely be in there for me, man. This is fire. Probably Conway's best project to date, in my opinion. Highlights for me: Monogram, Flesh of My Flesh was fire. I love the flow on that song, on that beat. Kanye, Water to Wine, featuring Fabulous and Benny the Butcher. Tween Cross Tween, featuring Goose by the Way. He do featuring Love the Genius, and Super Bowl featuring Sauce Walker and Juicy J. Excellent project. It's an album of the year contender for sure in my book, man.
Yeah. Dope. All right, man. Next up, we got IDK F65. I'll let you start this one off.
IDK, I was excited to see that he was dropping a new project, interested to see what the theme of it would be, considering the name F65. And you know, there's obviously kind of a racing theme, a theme of driving and different things like that, that I thought was cool, even through the track names. The subject matter I thought was dope. This isn't my favorite IDK project, but what I love about him is that he's so versatile. He can make a lot of things work that a lot of other artists probably wouldn't even dare to do. So I think that that's dope about him. Highlights for me on this project would be Pit Stop, Thug Tear featuring Fat Trail, Salty featuring NLE Chopper, Mr. Police, Paper Chaser, Radioactive, Tele Color, I'm guessing, 850 We On Top featuring Ricch the Kid, Still Your Man, Up the Score featuring Benny the Butcher, and Superwoman featuring Musiq Soulchild. So yeah, this is a dope project, man. I like it.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. A lot of the songs I wrote down was about the same thing. I mean, a lot of the songs you said, the same ones I wrote down. I definitely think You See For Yourself is a better project. But, you know, one thing I give IDK a lot of props for on this album, I think the songwriting was great. A lot of like versatility on here. You know, he's not just rapping, but he's doing like a lot of harmonies and stuff. And I thought like message wise, you know, it spoke a lot about the times and stuff that's going on right now. Highlights for me would be Thug Tear featuring Fat Trail, Salty with NLE Chopper, Mr. Police, Paper Chase. Paper Chase, that's the Juvenile. Like he took that from Juvenile. So that was dope. Radioactive, Rabbit Stew, 850 We On Top featuring Ricch the Kid, Still Your Man, Up the Score featuring Benny the Butcher, and Superwoman featuring Musiq Soulchild.
Yeah, dope project, man.
Yeah, dope project, man. Definitely. Next up, man, we got Black Youngster, Black Sheep. You know, this project here, man, you know, rap wise and listening to the stuff he was talking about, he's got a lot of street energy. Energy wise too, I guess like a lot of stuff that Finesse 2 Times kind of raps about. You know, I kind of caught like the same vibe from Black Youngster as well. Only critique I have for this album, like a lot of the production just sounded the same. Like most of the beats just sounded like the same thing on like every track. But I like a lot of his bars, even though content wise ain't necessarily my bag of what he's talking about. But bar wise, I thought he was like really going off. Highlights for me would be Background, Freaky, Black Sheep, Black on It, Get That Sack, and Romantic.
Okay, this is my first Black Youngster project, so I'm honestly not very familiar with his music. I've heard a few songs, but I was interested to see, what I was in store for, and I kind of agree with you on the production side. I felt like some of the songs, as far as production, sounded similar, and I felt like a lot of the subject matter was just kind of redundant on this one. And I don't say that to be negative, but it's just how I felt. But honestly, I don't think he's a bad rapper. I would like to see him do more songs like one specifically on here that I'll name when I get to my highlights. But speaking of that, highlights, we got Freaky. I did like that song. Uh, Black Sheep. I would like to hear him do more rapping like what he did on that track, personally. I thought he was, really talking about some stuff going on in his life, some personal stuff, and I would like to see more of that. I thought he executed that very well. Back on It was a dope track. I like Hunt You as well, and Oxygen. So yeah, those are the highlights for me.
Yeah, you guys check out Black Sheep by Black Youngster. And last but not least, for our albums, we got Madlib, Meyhem, was it Meyhem, Lauren, and DJ Muggs, Champagne for Breakfast. I'll let you start this one off.
Okay, now we just came off of covering Talib and Madlib Liberation 2 a couple weeks ago. Well, maybe at this point about a month and a half or so ago. But regardless, it was a dope project. And obviously, we've covered a lot of Madlib projects on the pod thus far. The Black Star project from last year as well. So I was interested to see exactly what this would sound like. And I was not disappointed at all by the production. I'm not very familiar with Meyhem Lauren at all, but I definitely thought there was some great rapping on this project. The voice and sound samples were dope. How they kind of mixed those in. There was one song like even where it almost kind of sounded like he was rapping it over the phone, or the beat was playing like so low in the background. It was, you kind of just have to hear it. It's hard for me to really describe, but I thought that just the different mix of production. You had some kind of hardcore stuff, and then you had some more smooth stuff. It made it interesting. So highlights for me are Midnight Silk, Evolution, Holographic Rhetoric featuring Hologram, African Pompano, I'm guessing that is, One of Them Ones, and Wild Salmon. So yeah, I thought this was fire.
Yeah, great bars, definitely grimy New York rap. But like you said, the samples and the production on this were like done very well. Highlights for me would be Midnight Silk, Sunday Driving, Big Money, Triple M Airlines, and my favorite track is Wild Salmon. But yeah, dope project. You guys definitely check it out.
For sure.
All right, Mike, man. Next up, we got our singles, man.
Yes, sir. Let's get into it. First off, we got Belly with Ambiance. I'll let you start. I know Belly's your guy.
Yeah, I like it, man. I really like this track. The one we did last week was good too, but I think I like this one a little bit better. But yeah, he's definitely going off, man. Definitely got to check out his new project. Supposed to be produced by Hit Boy.
Yeah, for sure. I'm actually the opposite of you on this one. I like the track from last week
Last
or
week,
two
okay,
weeks ago better.
okay,
Yeah, I thought that one. What was that? American Nightmare, I think.
yeah,
Yeah, I like that one better. But not that this is bad. I thought it was good, but that one was just a little stronger.
okay.
Next we got Atmosphere with Sterling. This was cool. It was a shorter song. Not as good as the one that we covered last week, and you know, being a shorter song, I really didn't expect that. But I definitely thought there was some good bars on this, and I thought it was cool, so I like it.
I agree 100% with you.
Next, we have T Grizzley and Skilla Baby with Ain't Gonna Lie. I'm gonna let you start.
Man, like I said, I don't want any T Grizzly fans to think like I'm trying to like disrespect his music or nothing, because I'm really not. I am a fan of his. I don't know, maybe just this collab with these two is just not working for me. I'm not really too crazy about this track. I don't know, it just kind of sounds the same. I don't know, and I have so many great, great expectation for him as an artist, especially, one of the younger guys in Detroit that's doing something. I know he can do a lot better than what he's putting out right now.
I feel it. I think a lot of that may just be subject matter. And that's just an assumption. But honestly, I actually, I don't, I think this is the third one we've covered in the past couple of weeks. I actually kind of like this one, bro. Like there was two bars that caught my ear, and when when they said them, I was like, hold up. There was one he said, something like, something about the Glock will give you. It's something about it'll give you lip injections. This is a Kylie Jenner Glock or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
When I heard that, especially having like battle rap, background and stuff, my ears perked up. I was like, "Whoa!"
Right.
And so I'm immediately paying attention to the song. And then the other one that I liked was and I think Skilla Baby might have said this one was you only a shooter when you on the net carry killers. And it reminded me of Kerry Kittles being on the Nets, and he was the shooting. I thought that was fire. I gotta give him up for that. That's fire. I don't care.
Yeah.
Even if I don't like the song, that bar is fire. So
right.
This one actually kind of works a little bit better for me, man.
Okay, I got you. I mean, like I say, lyrically and stuff, yeah, I give it to him. Maybe it's just like the production and like the just what they're talking about. But no, I mean, again, I just want what's best for him. I know he can do a lot better, but that's just my opinion.
No, I feel that. Next we have Cordae with the Water freestyle. This is fire. I got nothing else to say. Fire emojis.
Fire. I was trying to look at the video because I lived in Korea for a little bit of time. I'm not sure if this was shot in Korea or China. I couldn't really make it out, but I saw a lot of the background and stuff like that. But yeah, Cordae he's definitely been on one, man, from 210s to I think it's another track he was featured on with somebody. Then he had the verse with MGK last week, and this is another one, man. So Cordae he's killing it.
Yeah, facts. And Cordae is another person similar to Jack, who for their past project, the last project that they dropped, got a lot of backlash.
Right.
And it seeming like Cordae has got back in his bag, and he's showing like he's a force to be reckoned with. And I love it.
Absolutely.
Next, we have Dage Loaf with 100 Million. I'll let you start.
It's okay. Not my favorite track from her.
Yeah, it's cool. It started out strong to me. But yeah, it's just cool.
Yeah.
All right, next we have K.A.N with How It Goes. K.A.N, a pod favorite. This is dope, obviously. Do I like this? This is probably the first time where I have to get into a conversation of do I like this as much in comparison to some of the other stuff he's dropped. And out of all the songs that we've covered, I think this is probably my least favorite, but that's not even to say that I don't like the song, because I do. I think it's a good song. I think the lyrics and the rapping is very, very strong. But out of all of them, yeah, this is probably my least favorite. But it's still fire.
Yeah.
So,
right. Yeah, I actually like this one. I think it's like the harmonizing he's doing, kind of the way he did the hook on it. and I like how creative he is in his videos too. Like he has a very vivid imagination for his visuals, like the one with the girl when they was playing like, was it chess or something like that? But
Yeah,
yeah, he definitely thinks outside of the box. But yeah, I like this track though.
yeah, I like it too. Like I said, it's like and I know he's supposed to have an album coming out. I think in maybe a week or two. But
Right.
out of all of the singles that he's dropped, if I listed them from top to bottom, this would probably be somewhere towards the bottom. But it's still a very strong song. If this was your introduction song to K.A.A.N, I still think a lot of people will like it. So next we have Brent Faiyaz with Rolling Stone. I'll let you start.
Let me not speak too soon. Let me double check my list right quick. I think I can go ahead and say it. Song of the week, in my opinion. Fire.
I would. I don't know about song of the week yet. We'll attack that later, but definitely Fire, no doubt about it.
Fire. Yeah. Yeah.
Next we have Trapp Tarell with Marvel versus DC Part 5 Hood version. Now this is more in the line of what Trapp Tarell does, kind of storytelling type tracks. This one is not my favorite. Now, granted, I don't know. This is part 5 of the Marvel versus DC series, I guess. So I'm not very familiar, obviously, with what led up to this point. But I know a lot of the other songs and kind of storytelling tracks that he's done, where it's multiple parts to the story. I thought were very well done. So I know he has a talent for that. This one I thought was just okay.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not really as crazy about this either, but I'll say this. And somewhat I'll reserve judgment. I need to go back and hear 1 through 4 to maybe see if I'm missing something. And then maybe if I can hear 1 through 4, maybe kind of get the concept of what he's doing. That'd be like if you heard like Trapped in the Closet, but you heard like the scene with the dude comes home, but you missed the previous part. So I'll go back and check out 1 through 4 to kind of put it into context what he's talking about. The video was interesting, but but it was okay.
I feel it. Next, we have Toosii featuring Khalid with Favorite Song Remix. Now, I think we covered a Favorite Song a couple weeks ago, and obviously this is the remix featuring Khalid. Khalid's part was cool. It really just felt like an added-on part to the song that we already heard, though,
Right.
if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
But overall, I thought it was cool. Did it add to the song, that much to where it's like, makes it that much better than what it already was? I don't really feel like. I think it's just a regular remix to me, but I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I agree. This song is pretty popular. Yeah, it's cool. I liked it. I didn't think it was bad.
For sure. Next, Gucci Mane featuring Roddy, Ricch, and Nardo Wick with Pissy. I'll let you start.
Roddy killed this, man. Roddy was on one. Like he went off. I thought Gucci had a good verse, and then Nardo kind of he was more mellow than they were. And it stood out because they were a little louder and he was more mellow, but I thought it worked. I thought the track was dope. I liked it.
Yeah, I think this is dope too, and I agree with you 100%. Roddy Ricch went crazy.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, he was snapping on this. Yeah, fire.
Mm-hmm.
Next we have Armani White featuring Friday with "Proud of Me." I like this, man. I like this a lot. I'm starting to become an Armani White fan.
Mm-hmm.
Heard a couple songs from him that I like thus far. This adds to that list, and interested to see what he's got next. So shout out to him.
Fire emoji, fire. Very dope concept. The video was dope. Yeah, I love it, man. I like it a lot.
Facts. Next we have the Baby with Shake Sumn. I'll let you start.
I've heard better from him. I've heard better. It's not bad though. I mean, I like him. I mean, I'm a fan of his. I know he took a major hit with that stuff, man. Like him being canceled, and he lost a lot of shows and stuff that he was supposed to do. So I can tell he's trying to like get back in that niche, get back in that lane, and hopefully they give him another chance, man. I mean, it's a lot. Celebrities make mistakes all the time, man. So I hope he can like, recover from what he went through. But I've heard better from him, but I know he's just kind of searching for that big record like Suge or another one like um the other one that was like real big. But I know he's searching for something like that right now.
Yeah, this is just cool to me. The last track that we covered where I think he was talking about uh being in bed with somebody's girl and then the person coming in or something
Yeah.
like that. I
Anthony
thought that track
Hamilton.
was a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Anthony Hamilton on it. Yeah, I thought that track was a lot stronger. But
Mhm.
this is alright. I mean,
Yeah.
it kind of it's in the vein of almost like that French Montana rat tat tat song. It
Mhm.
feels like just one of them type of songs that you can throw on in the club and
Mhm.
get people to dance.
Right.
Next we have next we have Sleazyworld Go featuring Polo G with Off the Court. I'm gonna let you start this.
Believe it or not, I thought this was hard, man. I thought it was hard. Like I said, content wise, not necessarily my thing, but it was hard, man. It was slapping.
I thought it was cool. It's very similar to the T Grizzley Skilla Baby song. There were elements of this song that I definitely like and things that I liked about it. But overall, I think the song is cool.
Yeah.
Next, we have Fireboy DML with Someone. This is kind of got like a Afrobeat, almost reggae type of vibes,
Mhm.
so that's cool. I
Right.
like that. The singing I thought was done well. Dope video. So yeah,
Mhm.
I thought this was good.
Yeah, I agree with you. I liked it. I thought the concept was dope as far as the video, and yeah, I'm not too familiar with Fireboy's music, but yeah, it definitely makes me want to hear some more music from him, and I like the track.
For sure, for sure. Next, we have Marshmello featuring Brent Faiyaz with Fell in Love. Um, this one, Brent Faiyaz was fire again. I thought he did his thing. Beat was dope.
Mhm.
I really got nothing negative to say about this
I agree, man. I love this track. I know Marshmallow was huge. Like, I ain't even going front, man. Like Marshmallow, he did a couple tracks with like the Jonas Brothers. That stuff was fire, man. I think Marshmallow, like, he produces music like very well, and most of the artists that he collaborates with, they turn out to be bangers, man. But I like this track a lot.
for sure,
Hey,
for
hey, hey,
sure.
Mike, I definitely got to hear more stuff from Brent. Maybe we should cover a album from him or a project if he's putting out something soon, because I like his vibe.
Yeah, I think Brent may have put out something last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
In fact, I'm almost 100% sure he put out an album last year.
Yeah.
But he's definitely a dope artist, and yeah, we may have to like maybe do a throwback episode,
Mhm.
or maybe we along with that SZA album we were talking about reviewing, maybe we go back and do both of those or
Yeah.
something.
Okay.
But next we got if I'm butchering this, forgive me. I'm assuming this is Amore with
Okay.
Co-Star.
Okay.
Um, this is interesting, man. I don't dislike it, but it is interesting. That's really about all I can say on this one. I don't think it's bad,
Right.
but it's not like oh my god. I might have to listen to it again to get more of a feeling. But I didn't think it was bad. I think it's
Right.
cool.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I like the concept of it. You know, I'm not as familiar with her music, but yeah, I mean, it definitely piqued my curiosity to want to hear some more stuff from her. So, you know, like I say, this is my introduction to her, so I definitely need to kind of go down a rabbit hole and see what else she has. But it's not bad.
I think that's great phrasing. Pique your interest. That's exactly what this track I think would do for someone who's not familiar with her music. It would definitely make you want to check out more. So if
Yeah,
you're not familiar with her, that's AMAARAE co-star. Check it out.
definitely.
Next we have Burner with Player. I'll let you start.
This is a Tony Yayo sample. I love it. I like this track. I thought it was really dope.
Yeah, I thought it was well done. Like you said, the Tony Yayo, what's that? I know you don't
You don't
love
love
me
me?
sample, I think.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and I thought he did a good job rapping. So yeah, it was a good track.
Yeah, I agree.
Next we have DC the Don with the New You. Uh, I wasn't really feeling this one.
Okay. Believe it or not, I like this track. I like this. I don't know. I just thought it was pretty interesting. I liked it.
Okay. Next we have Tyga with Day One. Um, this is alright. He had like maybe one or two bars in there that kind of like, made me laugh, but overall it's just alright to me.
Yeah, I mean, I put creative. I mean, because I don't know, I've never really heard him kind of do something like this before. So it's a little different for him. I guess I give him a thumbs up for just at least attempting something different.
I can feel it. Next we have Machine Gun Kelly with the Renegade freestyle. Uh, Now this made some waves on social media, YouTube as well, because he had some lines about Jack Harlow in
Mhm.
reference to Jack's statement about being the hardest white rapper since Eminem. So yeah, go check that out if you haven't heard it. Personally, I thought he did some good rapping.
Mhm.
Uh, he had some good bars and some metaphors in there. I thought it was solid.
Mhm. Yeah, I definitely agree. I like that Kelly Yukas line. I thought that was dope. Um, but yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Me and you had a discussion about his statement and seeing what Jack is going to do, if Jack Harlow is going to respond or not. Um, but yeah, I mean, if Jack decided to, it might be a interesting exchange, maybe.
I think it will be interesting. We'll see if Jack does respond. I'm more interested to see if he responds. But I definitely think the exchange would be interesting if it happens. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Next, Aaron May featuring Yajic or
Hmm.
Yojic with Still Humble. This is fire. I like Aaron May. We
Hmm.
covered him last week with the song with the seasons.
Hmm.
He's rapping on this one, or at least more in the rapping bag than so the last song. I
Hmm.
like it. I think it's fire.
I agree 100%. Fire track.
Next we have Coco Jones with Double Back. Uh, Now Coco is on Bel Air, which is the reboot of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air show on Peacock. She plays Hillary on the show. She's also a singer as well, so singer slash actress. Shout out to her on that.
Okay.
Um, Her album dropped last year, but she dropped the visual for Double Back this week, so that's why we ended up covering it. Um, I like it, man. It's got the SWV Rain sample. That's dope. I like her vocals. I think she's a great singer, really very underrated as a singer. And I think she's a good actress as well. So I got nothing negative to say. I think it's fire.
How's that show? I haven't seen one episode of that yet. The reboot of Fresh Prince.
I like it.
Like, okay,
I
okay.
like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I thought the track was nicely done. I like the video as well.
For sure, for sure. Next we have Tony Snow with "If It Wasn't For Me." I'll let you start.
I thought it was cool. Not great, but I thought it was pretty cool though.
Yeah, this is the second time we've covered him. The first time was on 100 or None. He was featured on the Kenny Mason track 100 or None. So
Okay.
this is the second time hearing him on the pod. First solo track though. And I'm right there with you. I think it was okay.
Yeah.
Next, PGF Nook with Insta Kill. By the title, you can kind of get a gist of what this song is going to be about.
Right.
So subject matter wise, obviously it didn't do very much for me. I think it's all right.
Yeah, I agree. It's okay.
Next, we have Day Money, Lucky, Money Music, V's, and Babyface Ray with Who Is That? I'll let you start.
It's borderline. I mean, it's kind of knocking a little bit, but it's not. Oh, it's the hottest track in the world, but it's not bad though. It's not bad.
I agree. They're kind of similar to what I said about the T Grizzley and the Skilla Baby song and the other one. There are elements of this song that I think are dope.
Yeah.
Overall, I think the track is cool, but there are definitely some dope elements about this song.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, you said it perfectly. Yeah.
Next we have Camo featuring Lil Yachty with You. I'll let you start.
I'm not really feeling this one.
I'm right there with you, bro. Yeah, I wasn't really feeling it neither. I don't know if it was Yachty singing on this or what, but it didn't do it for me.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Maybe it was Yachty because I thought the other dude was all right. He didn't sound that bad on it, but maybe it was like the way Yachty kind of did that one. I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, I think it may have been that hook. It just like maybe some of the execution on that hook.
Right.
But I agree. I didn't think Camo was that bad. I thought he was all right.
Yeah.
But yeah. Next, Joyner Lucas with What's That? This is good. I'm really interested to see what Joyner's gonna do with this next project because he's gone back to doing things like the Devil's Work tracks and things that he's kind of done in his past. So I'm really interested to see exactly what this project's gonna sound like. But I think this is good.
Yeah, I kind of like it. I like his changes on it, and he's kind of rapping one way on one part and then switching on the next part and stuff. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool though. Maybe Devil's Work is a lot better, but it's still a dope track in my opinion.
Yeah, for sure. Next, will.i.am featuring Lil Wayne with The Formula. I'll let you start.
I can't lie. I thought this was pretty hard, man. I mean, for a second, I was like, okay, what are they doing? But then when Wayne got on there, and it's funny, we was talking about IDK's album kind of having the race NASCAR kind of theme to it, and this whole video right here with will.i.am is like definitely NASCAR driven. But Wayne snapped on here, man, and I like will.i.am's third verse a lot. So yeah, overall, I thought they executed pretty well. Maybe it's like a EPM kind of dance track or whatever, but it worked though.
Yeah, agreed. It definitely, like you said, kind of gives more of an EPM or a house type of vibe, something in that kind of range. But I was surprisingly like this more than I really thought I would when the track first started, and I kind of heard the production and the hook. I ended up by the end of the song liking this a lot more than I thought I would.
Yeah, the same thing happened to me, man. At first, I was like, and then when Wayne kind of snapped, and will.i.am, like he snapped on that third verse, so it was fire.
Yeah, for sure. Next we got Russ with Fire. Man, I like Russ, bro, but this might be my least favorite Russ song that I've heard to date. It's just alright to me.
Okay. That was interesting, I know he puts out a lot of music. I kind of like it a little bit. It's not bad. I mean, but I've definitely heard a lot better from him. But I kind of vibe with it just a little bit.
I can feel it. Next we got Designer with Timmy Turner too. This is kind of dope to me. I actually kind of like this. I thought the production was dope. I thought the way he rapped and some of the stuff he was talking about was dope.
Yeah,
So yeah, I enjoyed this.
this is fire, man. This is fire. I know he's got some stuff going on with him right now that he made headlines for, but this song it's incredible. I liked it.
I agree, man. I think it's dope too.
Yeah.
Next we have Lil Uzi Vert and Snow Strippers with "It's a Dream." Um, yeah, it's alright.
Yeah.
That's
Right. Yeah, I won't even comment. It's okay. Yeah.
yeah, that's about what I got on that one.
Yeah.
Next we got Shaq Diesel
Mm.
featuring Blackway and Coco with King Talk. Uh, let me just go ahead and get this out the way. Shaq snapped. Shaq went crazy.
Yeah.
Like that was fire. Um, and it was dope to see Shaq rap on like I guess what we would consider a new age style beat. And he showed he still got bars. Like Shaq rapped his tail off. I thought it was fire.
I agree. I liked it. I thought the concept of it was dope. The hook was really good. Nice bars, and the beat was dope. Nice track.
I thought the features did well as well too. So yeah, good track.
Absolutely. Yep. Hmm.
Next we have Smiley with Eternals. I'll let you start.
Yeah, it's okay.
I agree. Co-sign 100%. It's okay.
Yeah.
And lastly for the week, we have Bailey Zimmerman, Dermont Kennedy, and NBA Youngboy with "Won't Back Down." Uh, I thought Youngboy's verse on this was actually good. Probably one of the better Youngboy verses I've heard. Uh, Obviously, it kind of with the singers on it, it kind of puts you in one mood in the beginning of the song, and then Youngboy comes on and kind of switches the mood. But overall, I thought it was well executed. So I think this was pretty good.
Yeah, off the upcoming Fast and Furious movie soundtrack. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. This may be like the one of the better NBA YoungBoy verses I've heard, man. I like what he did on it, and I thought the track was pretty cool. I'm sure just listening to it here, but maybe the vision come to life. At what point in the movie, if they show it, maybe at the end or beginning or something like that. But yeah, it's definitely a cool song.
For sure, man.
Yeah, man. Some good singles this week, man. But yeah, I was very surprised about that Designer track. Like, man, you got one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fire. Yeah, that Designer was dope. I really enjoyed the Coco Jones track.
Hmm.
Aaron May.
Yep.
Uh, who else? Who
Brent.
else? Yeah, oh yeah, definitely Brent Faiyaz. I
Yeah.
I like Brent though,
Hmm.
and we really need to cover a Brent project. So
Yeah.
we'll work that out some way in the future.
Right.
Uh, but yeah, I wasn't surprised to like either of the Brent tracks.
Yeah.
Roddy Ricch on that Gucci Man track, Pissy.
Right.
Yeah, Roddy Ricch went crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely got to shout him out. That Armani White was fire. Uh, Fireboy DML. A lot of good stuff this week, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. We in May, so I know we get into that kind of midway point where a lot of summer projects are going to come out, and I'm looking forward to see Cordae, uh, maybe Cole. I'm hearing a couple rumblings. Marshall may drop something this year, so yeah, I'm looking forward to see what the summer is gonna what summer projects are coming out.
Yeah, for sure. I know Deontay Hitchcock will be dropping within the next week or so, so we'll definitely be covering that soon. As well as K.A.A.N's project.
Yep.
I think that drops in the next week or two, so we'll definitely cover that. Angie Stone's coming, and there's been a lot of talk about LL Cool J's project
Yep.
as well recently. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get that, before the summer's over. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of stuff dropping. And some more stuff on the R&B tip as well. But we're gonna, as always, keep you informed, and we'll be busy, but we love what we do. So
Yeah, man, I got to tap in with L on his Instagram last week. It was dope, man. You know, I got to talk to him for about 2 minutes to talk to him about the upcoming album. It's totally produced by Q-Tip, so I look forward to that. He's going back out on tour called the Force Tour. Also, they got the Rock the Bells Festival coming up. And he was kind of asking fans too their opinions when he comes to those cities. Who would he like to, maybe see him, see co-line the show with him? So I mentioned I live in Alabama, and when he comes to Atlanta, I thought him and Jeezy would be a dope show, and he seemed to like that particular idea. So let's see if that comes to life or not. But yeah, LL, I look forward to that project, man. He's talked about here Nas supposed to be on it. Eminem, Sweetie, a couple other people. So I'll look forward to seeing what L's gonna do, man.
yeah, that should be interesting, man. I'm looking forward to it too.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike. Give everybody your social media, man.
Yes, sir. That's M1C_CH3CK on Instagram.
All right, you can find me on Instagram as well at Terrance Hill the Great, Facebook at Terrance Hill, and on YouTube, Terrance Hill Music and In the Hills. We appreciate you guys for checking out this week's episode. You can definitely also listen to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts as well. Share, comment, hit that notification bell. All right, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. We'll see you on the very next episode. Take care.